All right. Let's get into this. Let's get into this today. Wait for everybody to come in. Waiting for you, Junior the Truth. Waiting for you, Junior. Where you at, man? Junior, that's my dude, man. Mildred Taylor is not a 90s welterweight. He fought Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. on March 3rd, or in March of 1990 at 140 pounds. The bulk of his legitimate career took place in the late 1980s. He fought maybe 5 fights in welterweight and wound up moving up to 154 pounds and got stopped by Terry Norris, and spent the rest of his career at 154 pounds as a journeyman. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. We do this over here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. I got to get Junior the Truth. Hey, tell Junior the Truth he is welcome to come on OG Boxing Talk on Sunday. Yes, sir. But let's get into this chat. General Squirrels, what's good? Lynn Mad, what's going on? Gravy Davy in the building. King Louis Boxing, salute to a send me an email, King Louis, so I know I put you on this moderator status so I can see you in blue. Damon Watson, what's going on? Eugene Williams, what's good, man? I ain't seen you in a minute. I saw you in somebody's chat the other day, and I was like, damn, Eugene don't fuck with me no more, huh? It's like, damn, what'd I do to Eugene? What Lowland Province in the building? Much love out there, man. Appreciate you, man. Defeat All Odds Boxing. What's going on? Michael James, 616. Hustler Slim, H-Town. Donald, the 64-year-old G. Grant, what's good? Hustler Slim in the building. What's going on? Chicago Golden Glove, salute. Star CJ in the building. Salute to you, sir. Rimstar says so. Salute from London, my brothers and sisters. Salute to you out there in London. All the international folk, man, salute to y'all. Jay Crush the Legend, Jay West, Derek McKee, the Perfection, Right Hook, Kyle Brown, Brian S. What is popping with you? Justin Marshall, that super. Much love. I think I see my man 78 said, he said, I'm supposed to be on a diet, but I'm home alone and I can't help it. Shake my head. I ordered a big ass sandwich. Hey, man, just go walk your ass around the block. 78, man, I've slimmed 30 pounds off me, dog. You just got to go walk, dog. Just go walk. After you eat that big ass sandwich, just go walk, dog. Just go walk because you paid for the sandwich, dog. You just got to pay for the sandwich. If you eat the sandwich, pay for the sandwich. Just go ahead and walk. Eugene Williams said, been on 1 year anniversary vacation. I was in Mexico. I was your Spence port site. Oh, I was on your. Oh, that's what's up, Eugene Williams. Much love. Thank you, sir. Man, I was like, hey, good man. I ain't seen you in a minute. I saw you. Maybe that's where I saw you, but I thought I saw you in Junior the Truth as well, man. Junior the Truth was blasting me last night. Man, made me feel bad. I was listening to Junior the Truth, enjoying Junior the Truth, man. Junior the Truth was spitting it last night because that's why he's the truth, because he was the truth. And then, dog, he came in with some low blows on the way out the door. Man, I left me, and I was in that position where, you know, you ain't got this mic and you really can't say nothing, and you really want to be like, couldn't get it off, dog. So I'm gonna slip him in all during this. Don't subscribe to Junior the Truth, by the way. Jay Good said, "What's that's the real King Louis? Okay, cool. That's the king. That's what's up. That's the real King Louis and moderator. All right, welcome to the Rich Gang, Kang Louis. Raider Thompson, salute for not in the chat. LDBC, smash that like button. Yeah, please don't leave me lagging on the line on the like buttons. But let's get it. I was up late last night. Salute to everybody in the chat. If I didn't say your name, much love, much respect to you. King Corleone. Hey, man, you doing a diss video on me, King Corleone? You want me to check out a video and you did a diss video on me? What's going on, P Money? Ivy Webb, my ladies in the building. All right, so let's get to this. Bert from Martican, what's good? I told you so. rubbing it in your face. I told you so, you dumb motherfucker. Like, I've been waiting. I told you I'm in a mood today, dog. I'm in a mood today, man. I did a video, and I've been waiting for this because I'm petty, right? I am petty. I am vindictive. But I fucking told you, dumbasses. You motherfuckers know who you talking about because you're going to be listening. I told you. I told you. The reason that Errol Spence Jr. and Mikey Garcia did over 300,000 pay-per-view buys was because black folk bought the fucking fight. No, it was Mikey. It was Mikey. Mikey did it. Mikey did it. Oh, really? How the fuck was Mikey responsible for selling out Texas, for having all those people in Dallas, Texas, when he's fought in Texas before, but ain't never had more than 6,000 people go see him fight? How does Mikey Garcia, who has lower viewership than Errol Spence Jr. on Showtime, how is it he is the one that sold all the pay-per-views, sold all the tickets in Errol Spence's hometown? And then when people said, what? Oh, well, this is Shawn Porter and Errol Spence are going to flop. I was like, no, they're not. It's going to be the demographic that's going to buy that fight. It's going to be, how many do you think it's going to be? Between 300 and 350. Same shit as Mikey. That's what I told you. Same thing. 350, 300 to 350, just like the Mikey fight. Because guess what? We have money and we buy fights. You motherfuckers just want to act like niggas. I'm going to say it today. Y'all just want to act like niggas don't exist. Like we just don't fucking exist. Like, how the fuck do you think that every fucking pay-per-view fight in the entire top list of pay-per-view fights got a black fighter in it? But we didn't buy the fucking tickets? Fuck out of here, man. And eat that L. Who was it? Shawn Porter this time? Was it Shawn Porter that sold all the tickets? Or was it because, I know what it was. Mikey Garcia went to the fight. So everybody knew Mikey Garcia was going to go to the fight. So they all bought the pay-per-view so they could see Mike sitting his ass in the audience. Right? I told you. I did a video called, what's going on, sports guy? I did a video called Demographics for Dummies. And you stupid motherfuckers did diss videos on me. You had all you fucking clowns. You had whole channels blow up insulting me. And I fucking told your dumbasses. That's what it is. There's about 50 million black people in America. Of the 50 black people in America, I'm saying 50. I don't give a fuck what the census says. I like a decent number I can work with mathematically. There's 50 million black people in America. Of the 50 million black people in America, about half of them are sports fans, which pulls that to about 25 million. Of that 25 million, about half of those are boxing fans, which takes that to 12.5 million. Of that 12.5 million, half of them consider themselves to be avid boxing fans, which pulls that shit to about 6 million. Of the 6 million black people in America that consider themselves to be really strong boxing fans, why the fuck wouldn't you think 300,000 of them got enough fucking money to buy a $75 pay-per-view? Huh? Especially when you got a fighter from a major metropolitan area like Dallas. Dallas got 100, 200,000 black people in fucking Dallas. You know these people go platinum with records inside cities? You morons. Now, are you going to come back? I want to hear the videos. Where the videos? How you going to explain this? Like my man, Coach Sheldon Harris. How you going to explain that? How you going to explain that? How you going to explain it? How you going to explain that? How you going to explain that? How you going to explain that? You can't. But you know how you can explain it? Fanon was right. I'm sorry. I'm a fucking idiot. I was up there bopping my lips, talking shit about Fanon, and he told me, when did Mikey Garcia fight? When they fight Mikey Garcia? Earlier this year? Matter of fact, no. When did Deontay Wilder fight Tyson Fury? Because that's when I told you. And guess what? Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz is going to do the same numbers. 300 to 350 are going to be the same thing because that's the established fan base. They fought in December last year. I told you. I told you. Now, can I get my apologies in your diss videos since you got so many subscribers hating on me? Can I get my apologies, you dumb fuck? Wasn't it enough? No. Oh, and let's go to the other one. Let's go to the other one. Anthony Johnson in the building. Much love. I'm rubbing it in their face this week. He said, Fanon on fire, cooking Fanon. Oh, yeah, the dog seriously on a barbecue, on a spit. Big fat pig with an apple in his mouth. Salute to the hardest working man in show business. Shout out to the LDBC family in the chat. We showed up. We showed out. Your number one fan from DC. Thank you, Dre. I'm going to be in DC in not too long, man. We got to hook up, man. Got to have like a little lunch or something for the LDBC cats in DC. For now, people are petty. They're going to troll because they want to tarnish Errol's victory over Shawn. They are afraid of Errol unifying the division. Well, as long as they pay to watch it. As soon as they pay to watch it. Just pay to watch it. That's when I'm rubbing it. I'm rubbing that in their face. Because, dude, this isn't even about really Errol Spence. And it's really not even about Deontay Wilder. This is about a Black American fan base that support their fighters who are taken for granted by major promoters who are always looking to try to pull in the casual fan. And in order to explain why they are ignoring the fighters, the good fighters, for people that are unproven, they explain it that Black fighters don't sell, which is a lie. What they're doing is they know that we're going to support the hardcore boxing fans are going to support the fighters. But they take that for granted because what they want to do is they want to open up new markets. They're interested in growth. You know what I mean? They're not interested in consistency. So for example, like being where you are, because they always want more. You know, that whole records are meant to be broken. So the fact that you can get 300 to 350 pay-per-view buys back to back, that's not enough. They want 1 million. They want 2 million. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get 1 million pay-per-views. What can we do? Yeah, I know we could get, if we did it this way, we could be consistent on this level. But no, we want 2 million pay-per-view guys. We want 2.5 million. We want the exceptional way out there stuff. And my argument was, dude, the only way that you get a million pay-per-view fight, the only way you get a million pay-per-view fight is if you have two guys with 350,000 bases. You have somebody like, say, Deontay Wilder has a base, or I'll use a better example because it's not off of, Deontay Wilder has a base of 350,000 people that are going to buy his pay-per-view buys. They love to watch him and are going to do it because that's what Mayweather's was. Mayweather's core fan base was about 300,000 people that were going to pay for anything that he does. And you can say, well, he did 2 million, 4 million pay-per-views. That was an example of peanut butter and chocolate make Reese's cups, where you have people that when you have Floyd Mayweather Jr., and you can see it from his fight with Andre Berto. Nobody was interested in an Andre Berto fight. How many pay-per-view did Andre Berto versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. do? About 400,000, something like that. I bet it was like 400,000. Let me look real quick. Mayweather versus Berto PPV sales. Will reach, oh, this is what they will reach. They says it reached 500,000. But I don't think that's the case. I think it was more around 400 is what it wound up being. Yeah. Somewhere between 400 and 550,000 pay-per-view buys, right? So at the height of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s career against Berto, he did somewhere between 400 and 500,000 pay-per-views. That's when he just brought his fan base. But when he brought Pacquiao's fan base, right, and all the people that wanted to see him lose, boom, you're at 4 million. He can't do 4 million without combining two different sections, two different fan bases. But what my argument is that these guys are going to make, that's a $40 million fight you just had. Probably around a $40 million fight. 350,000, if you do 350,000 pay-per-view buys, let's say $35 million fight. That's $26 million in pay-per-view. 5 or 6 million more in the gate. 5 or 6 more in the gate. Whatever, and then you cut the dog. Just get out of here, man. I'm waiting for y'all to apologize, man. What's going on, Dark Truth? He'll say, okay, that's fair. Tunnel Vision is based about 500,000, but that makes sense. That makes sense because his base were black. His base was black fight fans, so he had a larger portion of them, larger portion of that base than site fees. Thank you. Than Errol Spence Jr. has. I think that's definitely fair. He had a bigger fan base in his own community than Errol Spence Jr. currently has, or Deontay Wilder currently has, because he was the top dude in boxing, and his fan base is about 500,000. So now you got Errol Spence Jr. and his fan base is about 300,000 in his second pay-per-view. Dude, those are better numbers than Canelo's. Those are better numbers than Canelo's. But why is Canelo important? Because Canelo got a fan base, a solid fan base. Y'all, they've been trying to predict the downfall of the PBC. Anyway, man, it's not about the PBC. These guys attack the Black American fan base. And you try to deny that these fighters are the best fighters in the world. You deny that. In order for them to sell that, they have to deny that they come up with shit like Monster Inoue and some 101 pound dude you ain't never heard of is like the greatest, is one of the top 5 fighters in the whole world. Get out of here, man. They trying to pitch that to people, hoping that they can get casual fans interested in somebody that appeals to their dynamic. That shit is Monster Inoue is an attempt to gain the Manny Pacquiao fan base. Mighty Fanon is busting loose in the chat. Stats get you right, man. Fanon, you need to apologize to Fanon and smash that like button. They're not gonna, because I was been waiting. These dudes ain't never done it. Anthony Joshua lost, fell flat on his face. Where you at? Lomachenko fell flat on his face in that pay-per-view. Flat on his face. Man, let's get on that. Let's get on the great Eddie Hearn, dog. Let's get on the great Eddie Hearn. Woo, the great Eddie Hearn ain't the great Eddie Hearn anymore, huh? What happened, Eddie? What happened? Hey, hold on, Mr. Khan. Let's hold on a second on that. We got plenty of international deals, man. Apologize sincerely. What happened to Anthony Joshua? Anthony Joshua was so skilled. He was the top fighter. You know, he's a matchroom boxing is taking over the world. What happened? How come they doing 200,000 pay-per-view? How come Dillian the dope fiend, doing dope, D-Ball White, did 230,000 pay-per-view buys at $25 a pop? At $25 a pop. Errol Spence Jr. and Shawn Porter just did 100,000 more pay-per-view buys at 3 times the price that Dillian White just did. What happened? Errol Spence Jr. and Shawn Porter just did damn near twice as many pay-per-view buys as Vasily Lomachenko did in the UK at 3 times the price. What happened? What happened? Oh, I guess, hey, Stevie Kim. I guess those pound for pound lists ain't everything, huh? I guess pound for pound lists ain't everything. I guess you can't fake it till you make it like that, huh? Errol Spence Jr. and Shawn Porter. Errol Spence Jr. has done 700,000 pay-per-view buys at $75 a pop in his last 2 fights. Let's pull out a calculator. Let's pull out a calculator. 75 times 700,000. $52,500,000 in his last 2 fights. Dose. 2 fights. Errol Spence Jr. is then $52,500,000 worth of revenue off pay-per-views in his last 2 fights. That's an AJ fight. That right there is equal to the revenue. It actually is greater than the revenue that was there for the Vladimir Klitschko Anthony Joshua fight. And that made him the greatest star in the world. What do you think Errol Spence Jr. versus Manny Pacquiao going to do? What you think Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao going to do? That's a guy that did 400,000 in his last paper. Actually, let's see how many pay-per-views Manny Pacquiao was sold in his last 2 fights. I do believe it's somewhere around 800,000. Let me see. Manny, so much for pay-per-view is dead, right? Manny Pacquiao, Adrian Bronner, pay-per-view, buys. I should have done buys. 400,000 for Bronner. Let's see Thurman. Pay-per-view, buys. 500,000 pay-per-view buys. We're looking at 900,000 pay-per-view buys for Manny Pacquiao since he went over to the PBC. And who did he fight? Did he fight Mexicans? Nope. He fought Black American fighters. So, in 4 fights that included Black American fighters, had 900,000 and 500. That's 1.4 million pay-per-view buys in 4 fights, all including Black American fighters. And that's not even including Deontay Wilder, where you can slap in another 350 for him and Tyson Fury. These guys don't sell, huh? How you gonna explain the fact that you say these guys don't sell and pay-per-view is dead? Pay-per-view is dead with 1.4 million pay-per-view buys at $75 a pop. That just, by the way, that exceeded the revenue from fights that were generated by DAZN. DAZN had 400,000 people paying $100 a year. That $4 million, right? Is that $40 million? But they spent $80 million to do it. So they lost money. The PBC in a pay-per-view model made money. And let me see. It was $40 million in revenue for DAZN. Where's my calculator? Calculator. What is 1.5 times 75 equals $112.5 million. And it's pay-per-view. It's not coming out of a budget. It's revenue. Yeah, dog. You guys are morons. And how long has PBC been going out of business? Just wondering. Can I ask somebody out there to tell me how long pay-per-view, how long Al Heyman and the PBC been going out of business? Those dudes ain't journeymen. These are AJ fights, dude. They've had two AJ fights on the zone. Two. They had Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz, and they had Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Povetkin. They had Canelo Alvarez versus Daniel Jacobs, Canelo Alvarez versus Rocky Fielding. In the same time frame. They've also had Dillian White. They had a Gennady Golovkin fight. These are the guys supposed to be the stars. Nah, dude, they trying to faking the funk, dude. They're faking the funk, man. And I would like an apology. Billy Badass, I need somebody to smack. I've been having a good. He's deflecting, trying to take our minds off of the exposure of the hype job, Errol Spence. What hype job? Exposure? Billy Badass, what did he get exposed by? Exposed as a pay-per-view star? He did. You got that right. 300 pay-per-view, 350,000 pay-per-view buys? Yeah, he got exposed back-to-back 350,000 pay-per-view buys, 700,000 pay-per-view buys this year in the last 12 months for about $50 million in revenue? Yeah, he's exposed. You mean the guy that beat a top 10 pound-for-pound fighter easy every round, Mikey Garcia, and then went in and pulled out a fight by knocking down a two-time welterweight champion in Shawn Porter in one of the most exciting fights that we've seen in years? You actually telling me that you think that Errol Spence Jr. got exposed by going to war? Oh, I thought you wanted Arturo Gatti fights. I thought you wanted Arturo Gatti fights. I thought you didn't like boring fighters. I thought you guys thought that Mayweather was boring and you fell asleep to his fights. And, Tiger Woods left before the fight ended. And, it was really good, but it was so boring. Man, Mayweather's just boring us to sleep. He's not really fighting. He's not a warrior. Errol Spence goes out there like a warrior. A warrior. Shawn Porter goes out there like a warrior. Give everybody their money's worth and then some. And he got exposed for what? A beast? He got what? Is somebody that can overcome and somebody can take the fight to somebody and give you an exciting fight from the beginning of the fight to the end of the fight? That's what he got exposed for, moron. Pick an opinion and stick with it. Lomachenko, #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. It's the superstar. Flopped like a dead fucking fish in a boat. Like a dying fish in a boat. Bloop, 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 bloop. Don't nobody care. You can't even put that dude on pay-per-view. Nobody would buy it. But he's the greatest fighter in the world. Did 200,000 pay-per-view buys in the UK for where it only costs $25. Errol Spence Jr. gives you an exciting and Shawn Porter too. 350,000 pay-per-view buys, and that's just when people were like, yeah, we're going to support it, but we don't know if it's going to be a competitive fight or not. What do you think they're going to do? What do you think they do knowing the fights turn out like that? You think more people after watching that might be willing to pay more? Dog, you got to sit on that L, man. Y'all sit on that L. Y'all refuse to sit on your L. Take your losses like a man. Remember what you said last year when you talk about what your opinion is now. Don't just act like people are going to forget it and not going to bring that shit back up. Because what I'm bringing back up is what you guys said after the Deontay Wilder-Tyson Fury fight. And let's evaluate that as well, since you was doing so much shit talking after the fight. Since you did so much shit talking after the fight. Deontay Wilder did roughly the same number in the 300, 325, 350, whatever it was, 1,000 pay-per-view buys. Everybody thought it was a success. Who did you stupid motherfuckers try to get a credit to? Tyson Fury. A guy that the fight before was fighting on Showtime's YouTube channel again in front of 30,000 people at Showtime's YouTube channel for the guy that is Showtime's #1 rated fighter in views, who does over 1 million people watch him every time. At the time, he was an 8-time defending heavyweight champion. Had been fighting on Showtime for 5 years, 4 or 5 years. Since he won his championship again, consistently doing 1.2, 1.3, 1.5 million people watching him. But you dummies want to give the credit to the guy that was fighting in front of 20,000 people, 30,000 people on a fucking YouTube channel. And that's the reason why his pay-per-view did well. Then what? Deontay Wilder fights a mandatory, and in 2 minutes of a fucking fight, he had almost 1 million people tuned in to watch him for 2 minutes. They didn't even have a chance to finish pouring their drink, and the fight was half over. What happened to Tyson Fury? 3,577 tickets in a half fucking empty, in a 3/4 empty Las Vegas casino, stuck on an app where they won't even show the numbers that he did. But it was him that did those pay-per-view numbers, and not Deontay Wilder, not the guy that proved that he was a known commodity before the fight, proved that he's a known commodity after the fight. It was the guy who was a fucking nobody before the fight, coming off of a 2-year crack binge, ain't done shit after the fight, fighting back-to-back bums and got half his fucking face opened up, and it was him. When are you going to stop? I'm just wondering, how bad of an argument do you have to make till you're going to stop it? How many press passes do you have to get? Is the buffet that fucking good? Is the buffet that good? Is Bob Arum, when Bob Arum goes to the Boxing Writers Association of America, is the food that good? What is he serving in that food, dog? He got some of that powder cracked up in there or something? What he got in there for you? He got some, what did he get you, a fucking hotel at the Waldorf Astoria? And, and three or four working girls up in there with you? Nah, dude. He gave you a fucking buffet, a cheap-ass room, and a press credential. How many times y'all gonna be wrong, dude? How long has the PBC been going out of business? You guys want PSC just exposed. And you just wait around we just wait around for it. We just wait around. I just wait around for it. I'm like, okay, let's wait. I told you, boxing demographics work like this in America. 2 main fan bases in boxing, a secondary sport, 2 main fan bases. Black American fight fans, Mexican American fight fans. The other fight fans are more fighter specific. Puerto Rican fight fans, good number of Puerto Rican fight fans tend to support all fighters, will heavily support a Puerto Rican fighter. But the main 2 populations are Mexicans, because half the country used to be Mexico. They're like indigenous, and with leaving out all of that, conquistador stuff, I'm not getting into that. And Black American fight fans. That's the fan base of boxing. 60% of the Mexican people, 60% of Mexicans that have been polled consider themselves to be sports fans. Of the 60% of the Mexicans that were polled that consider themselves to be fight fans, 60% of them consider themselves to be boxing fans. Of that 60% that consider themselves to be boxing fans, half of those consider themselves to be serious boxing fans. The same thing holds true for black fans of athletics, of sports, right, and of boxing, and avid boxing fans. So, right, it's three areas: sports fans. Look at the circle, dummy. Here's your circle for you, dummy. Draw a circle and say this is all. It's called a syllogism. All of these guys are sports fans. Then there's a little circle in it that says of these sport fans, these guys are boxing fans. And of these boxing fans, these guys are hardcore boxing fans. We have Mexicans and Black Americans have the hardcore boxing fans. And it is roughly 20% of the people that consider themselves to be sports fans. When you are talking about a population of 50 million people, 60 million people, dang near 100 million people between the two of them, you're talking about a shitload of people. So you shouldn't be surprised that a good fight can get 350,000 of them. It shouldn't surprise you. It's not even difficult. You can predict that. You can predict that. How many people are fans of sports? How many of these people are fans of boxing? And of these people who are fans of boxing, how many of them are hardcore boxing fans? The hardcore boxing fans are the people that are going to pay $75 because they don't want to miss a fight. And the people that don't want to miss the fight are going to buy that fight because those fights are good. When you guys are trying to sell Vasily Lomachenko, please try to do the equation with the Ukrainians in the United States. It doesn't work. Try to do that equation with the Russians in the United States. The equation doesn't work because you have a conglomerate of people who are called European Americans or are called white Americans. Of them, the status was like 60% of them consider themselves to be sports fans. Of them, only 20% consider themselves to be boxing fans. And of those 20%, only like 6% were hardcore boxing fans. So you can't count on them buying fights on a day in and a day out, on a day in and a day out, fight in and a fight out basis. It doesn't work. And that's why Lomachenko's numbers suck. And Gennady Golovkin's numbers suck. And Kovalev's numbers suck. Because their fan base doesn't like boxing. They're with the UFC. They're with the UFC. That's who has that fight fan base. Because more of them like the UFC than they like boxing. That's why the UFC is doing well. The UFC isn't doing well because Black American fans are running out buying a ton of UFC fights, or that Black fight or Mexican fight fans are running out buying a ton of MMA fights. It's the fight fans, it's the European American fight fan that was drawn to and attracted to MMA because they have a lot of champions over there and they don't have a lot of champions in boxing. We put an end to that long ago. But Bob Arum and these type of cats want to bring out the good old days and get the MMA fans back. So they keep trying to wave a Lomachenko past their nose. They take a sniff and they say, nah, that dude like 5'1". I'm watching Conor McGregor. I'm watching Conor McGregor. Give me Ronda Rousey. And that's beautiful. More power to him. But tell it like it is. Stop lying. You guys are trying to win those guys back. You're trying to win Lomachenko's potential fan base back. And they ain't buying it. So what did Bob Arum do? Bob Arum takes him to the UK, hoping that the UK fight fans will buy that shit. But guess what? It's not going to work. You know why it's not going to work? You know why it's not going to work? Because UK fight fans know boxing. That's where it started. They know boxing. That is a highly educated, highly educated, historically strong and great fan base over there. They're not going to buy. They didn't buy Lomachenko. They didn't buy it. And guess what, too? Their economies their economy is rocky because their real wage over the last 30 years has dropped by 10%, but their prices have gone up. You have their attacks by the conservative party tearing down their universal health care. Prices are rising, jobs are leaving. The real wage is not just staying stagnant, it's declining. So they're under more financial pressure. You had the yuppies behind Anthony Joshua and having them fight Anthony Joshua, but Anthony Joshua got knocked out. So stop it, dude. And when you're going to admit you're wrong? I don't do, like I said, with this channel, I do it as much. Man, I love rocking with the LDBC. I love talking to people that are hardcore boxing fans, but I also like rubbing y'all face in it when you talk shit. And then you ain't got enough nerve to come back and apologize for the shit you talk. All of you. You don't got enough manhood about yourself to admit when you're wrong. But you should have known you were wrong because what you said didn't make any sense. But it don't matter to you bums. It don't matter to you. Does it? It doesn't. You can't see that a guy that did 1 million views, I'm talking about Deontay Wilder here. Every fight the guy has 1 million people watch it. I make an argument that, dude, there's 1 million people that watch him for free. Why would you think it's such a stretch for 1 out of 3 of those people that watch him to want to pay for it? That makes sense. 1 million people watch you for free. 1 out of 3 of those people would be willing to pay for you to watch you, pay extra to watch you. Because the 1 million that watch you all paid to watch you. They pay the Showtime subscription. They pay for the use of the Showtime subscription. But now you're being asked to pay extra. You would think, though, if the price goes up, that fewer people would buy it, right? That just makes sense. But you guys do something different. You guys say that a guy that ain't never sold anything, that they wouldn't watch for free, somebody that wouldn't watch for free. Listen to this. This is what they said. That somebody that people would not even watch for free, Tyson Fury, because there was only 30,000 people that watched him for free on YouTube. That 10 times that would be willing to pay. If they just say, I just want to say that they paid $1, okay? Because I need to give some number to it so I can do a multiplier. Say they paid $1 to see Tyson Fury fight Sefi Safiri, the 30,000 people that watched it. Just so I can do, because I can't multiply 0, right? Because that 0 times anything is 0. So I got to give them a 1, right? 350,000 times as many. Now give them $1. That 10 times, over 10 times as many people would be willing to pay $75 to see him fight Deontay Wilder than were willing to pay $1 to see him fight somebody else. And you believe that. And you guys go to these guys' pages, and you guys go to people's pages. Thank you. 10 times the 30,000 for free. Thank you. I like how you said that. Fifth Avenue Phil. But you guys go to people's channels that make that promote them off of exposing me. They exposed me. How do you have any self-respect, man? I mean, for real. For real. I'm not the only one. Best Fight the Best said the same thing. Sure, Blue Blood said the same thing. 78 said the same thing. Black Fight Fan TV said the same thing. Whole bunch of cats in the LDBC said the same thing. right? So I'm just not alone in this obvious logic that's here. The only person that you were exposing was yourself. That's who you were exposing, yourselves. By believing something is completely and utterly as illogical as that. Now I want to know. Now you got this dude up in the comment section saying, I'm just trying to distract you from Errol Spence's exposure. Nah, dog. I ain't trying to distract you from nothing. You can think Errol Spence Jr. got exposed. Have at it. Now, tip in that $75 the next time his exposed ass gets into the ring and wins. Go ahead. Yeah, no, they expose their own hypocrisy, dude. They're just, it's not, is that, I mean, that's hypocrisy, but it's just dishonesty. I think in hypocrisy, there's a chance that you can actually believe what you're saying, right? Like, for example, where's my man Reggie Owens? Well, yesterday, it wasn't hypocrisy where he said, I laid out two different things. He was saying the same thing with Errol Spence Jr. as he was saying with Deontay Wilder, but I don't think he was being hypocritical. I just think that he really did believe one and he did believe the other, but he just didn't see that the two couldn't work with each other, so there is a contradiction there, right? So I wouldn't say, so there can be hypocrisy or contradiction or a blatant contradiction without there being stupidity and dishonesty. Reggie Owens was honest. You guys are lying. You're lying is what you're doing. And you are sugarcoating. Exactly, Fahim. And you're sugarcoating. I listened to what Teddy Atlas said about the fight, and it was hilarious, dude. You hear what Teddy Atlas said? Teddy Atlas was like, had to wait, talking about the Errol Spence Shawn Porter fight, right? Now, this is when you know a hater ain't got nothing he couldn't get out of it. Because he was sitting on the edge of his seat the whole fight. Like, damn, this is a good fight. Shit, you couldn't have. That's the thing about the Shawn Porter Errol Spence Jr. fight. You couldn't say anything other than this is a fucking great fight. If you came out and said that wasn't a good fight, it wasn't even possible to say that wasn't a good fight. You couldn't do it. It was 12 rounds of excitement, high skill, life or death battle for every minute of the fight with spectacular moments. How could you not think that was a good fight? So they couldn't say, they couldn't use what they wanted to use, which was, this is just a one-sided beatdown. It wasn't worth the money. We need to see Errol Spence, Shawn Porter. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? They couldn't do that. So what did Teddy Atlas do? Teddy Atlas complains about the fact that the fight started after midnight. And it was, but at least after midnight, the fight didn't turn into a pumpkin. But 116, 111, come on, I had it a draw. The only thing he could do was argue about a scorecard of 116, 111. Now you're exposing your typical shit. That week, argue with the scorecard to discredit the outcome. Errol Spence Jr. won that fight, dude. That's why I don't pay attention to any of that. Because they keep showing their tactics. Over and over, they show them tactics. But sit on that L. So is Wilder exposed needing a knockdown to get a draw against Fury? Keep up the good work, Fanon. No, he's not. He won the fight. I don't get this exposure. I get what you guys are exposed. Let me say this. Exposed? How? What's the exposure? Define your word. If you define your word, then I can ask whether he was exposed or not. What you're doing is just what people do when they say exposed. They're just throwing out some word that they don't have a definition for. Might as well say he was blobbity blobbity bloop. And all we know is blobbity blobbity bloop has a negative connotation. What do you mean specifically by exposed? He's not the boogeyman. Of course he's not the boogeyman anymore. He's the unified champion. By definition, he ain't the boogeyman. Boogeyman is somebody that jumps out, you don't see him, you scared, you don't want to see him. He's the unified WBC IBF champion pay-per-view star. That's never going to be a boogeyman. That's called being the bank. The boogeyman ain't the bank. The bank ain't the boogeyman. The person that you have to go to eat ain't the boogeyman. You don't be like, I'm going to boogeyman so I can eat. Oh, I don't want to go near that boogeyman. Well, why is he the boogeyman? Because I can make a lot of money going over there? No, dude. He is the prize now. Errol Spence is not the boogeyman anymore. He became the prize. And you guys want to continue to hang on to some buzzword that was used for him when nobody else wanted to fight him. And then say, well, everybody wants to fight him now. He can't be that good. Oh, really? You don't think people want to fight somebody where they can earn $12, $13 million fighting them? Shawn Porter just got paid. He got a $2 million guarantee, and he got a cut of a fight that did $26 million in pay-per-view revenue. Shawn Porter probably just earned more money that fight than he had in his entire career before that. How would Errol Spence Jr. be the boogeyman? Define your words for me. What does expose mean? What does expose mean? And I mean that seriously. Exposed how? He exposed that he can't fight? How the fuck do you get he can't fight out of that? You want to fight him? What? Got exposed as what? Human? Dude, he got 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. We knew he was human. Oh, exposed that he has a potential to be beat by somebody eventually? It's boxing. Everybody has that. Everybody. Everybody has the potential to lose a fight. Exposed as what? Define your words. But you don't want to define your words. You just want to say blobbity blobbity bloop. That's what I hear when you guys use half your words. What do you mean by that? And I ask you sincerely, what do you mean by exposed? Exposed for what? I can say, I know he got exposed. He got exposed as a $350,000 pay-per-view selling back-to-back unified welterweight champion. That's what it means to me. Bert, definitions, words are used to communicate thought. If I said casa and you don't speak Spanish, what does the word casa mean? Mi casa. What does mi casa mean to somebody that doesn't speak Spanish? Nothing. It sounds. It's only when you give a definition to a word does the word mean anything. The definition, the thought dictates the word. So when you say exposed, what do you mean? What picture are you trying to draw in my head? What are you trying to communicate to me? If somebody only speaks Mandarin Chinese and I say, what's up, good? What's good, dog? How you feeling today, man? What's popping with you? That shit will sound like a dog barking to them. It won't mean anything. To many of the people in this chat, they know just what I meant. Define your words. Define your words or shut up. He got exposed. Kick rocks, homie. Errol Spence got exposed as a true dog. Yes. Yes, he did. Definitely exposed with a lot of heart. A guy that's you know what he got exposed with? His chin got exposed as extremely solid. He took a shot where Shawn Porter, a professional 2-time welterweight champion, came over the top with everything. Boom! Landed flush on Errol Spence's chin. Errol Spence Jr., you saw the picture, his whole face got shoved over. All you see is his skin rippling. You know what he did? Came right back. You think you're going to hit him and he's going to go night-night? You think he's going to, what do you think I'm sorry. Did Errol Spence Jr. fight? Are you talking about the Errol Spence? When you say Errol Spence got exposed, and by that I have to assume you mean that he's not as good a fighter as everybody thought he was. Were you watching the Errol Spence fight or you watching the Anthony Joshua fight? Because I don't think I remember Errol Spence Jr. getting knocked down at all. I saw him get hit with good shots. I didn't see him go down at all. I didn't see him get up against the ropes with his mouthpiece on the ground, looking, asking his corner, what he hit me with, what's going on. I didn't hear any of that. I saw him get hit flush, get pushed, and respond by continually coming forward and dropping Shawn Porter. Am I missing something? I'm just wondering. Am I missing something? Or are y'all just going to take this L? Because it's coming off 3,000. You're taking a 350,000 pay-per-view L. An L all the way around. And then when Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz does 300,000 pay-per-views, when the same people that are watching Fox, getting that fight advertised and pushed by Fox, and they do more than 325,000 that they did on Showtime with limited advertisement and crazy fucking highlight reels, what you gonna say then? Well, you know, it was really just because Leo Santa Cruz was on the undercard. Leo Santa Cruz was on the undercard. That's what it really was. Everybody showed up to see Leo Santa Cruz. Or maybe that's what you should say. Everybody came to see David Benavidez. Maybe everybody came to see David Benavidez. Leon Robinson said, how these jabberies still feel comfortable coming here and getting their lack of intelligence completely exposed behind me because they're ear sluts. You know how it is. But if nobody says it better than best fight the best. They're looking for loopholes. We got 254 likes in the building. Let's get them likes up. They do. They're looking for loopholes. Trust me, let me say something stupid, and then a flood will come. A flood will come. See, that's what they thought they had when I did my video on demographics for dummies. When I said Deontay Wilder is the reason those pay-per-views got sold. Because this coon, and I'm going to call you that, fat lip coon, wanted to jump out there and ride off on me, try to ride up off on me because he's got self-hate, because he doesn't believe black people can do anything, because he thinks black people are nothing, because he thinks he's nothing, because you want to be friends with the people, because you want to be friends with people that hate you. And I know not all those people actually hate me. Not all those people that you might think I'm talking about hate all of us. But the ones that you like hate you. But they want to feel good about themselves, so they go find somebody that they can listen to and they can get, so they can pat and rub you on the head, you know, like for good luck. Rub your little nappy head. It's good luck to rub their nappy ass head. And then they go wash their hands as soon as they get done rubbing your head. While you tell them whatever it is you want to hear. While you tell them whatever it is they want to hear. Yeah, sir. Let me tell you, sir, we knows we's no good. That was Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury, hey, that's Tyson Fury. He can talk. Yeah, clear he talk. He got that good English accent. He got that good accent. It's Tyson Fury did it. It's Tyson Fury. You know it's Tyson Fury, because wouldn't nobody be buying no chocolate drop like him? Our Uncle Ruckus asses. Ain't nobody want to see that Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder all chocolate and shit. The fuck out of here, man. That's what y'all do. And I have real disgust, and I have a lot of disgust in my heart for it. Okay? Not dislike. Disgust. Because you ain't got enough courage to step up and speak obvious, man. What's obvious? It's obvious who sold those pay-per-views. Obvious. Okay? The only one that I can stand is Stacey Dash. Okay? If you don't look like Stacey Dash, you disgust me. Stacey Dash's buffoonery gets like a 3/4 pass for me, and I watch her all the time because I'm like, damn, you are a fucking moron, but woo-wee, you a fine-ass moron. God, dog, man. You hear about Stacey Dash, dog? Stacey Dash got arrested, called, got beat up, called 911, and they arrested her ass. But the whole time I was like, yeah, you got your wake-up call. But at the same time, I was looking at them legs like, God, dog. And then check this out. She walking, right? Everything looking right, dog. Everything looking right, dog. Everything on Stacey Dash looking right. Then Stacey Dash, but these things here was sitting up. I was like, damn, them things sitting up. I know she got a job. I know that she older than me. So I know that shit been Drew. Gabby would have been hit that. But I don't care. But I was like, damn. And then the police officer said, so are you wearing a bra? And she said, no. I was like, oh shit. I will sell every one of you Negroes out, dog. I will sell all y'all out. If y'all want to know how to get me to sell out, man, send me some Stacey Dash, dog. I'm telling you, half y'all niggas will be spending the rest of your life in jail. You be like, damn, Fanon just flipped. That nigga quit his channel, went and took the bar in Florida, and now he a prosecutor trying to put every nigga in America. He trying to put the whole black population of Miami in jail. Because I'm rocking with Stacey crazy ass too. Because you know she crazy enough where that shit's got to be good. She's so crazy, it's got to be good. He said, damn, cuz. Hey, I'm just telling you, dog. He said, we believe you too. Seriously, man, I saw her, dude. Fanon Dunn flipped for, hey, dude, I saw her in person. Dude, I was like, what? Dude, true Stacey Dash story, okay? I was walking downtown Chicago. I think I was on not on Wabash, I was on Monroe. I was walking from Lakeshore Drive and Monroe. I was walking down to like Wacker, right? If you guys from Chicago, you know what I'm talking about. Downtown Chicago. I was with a dime piece because, that's what I do. I was with this chick, bad as shit. The chick I was with was bad as shit, right? Bad. Top notch, dude. Top notch chick I was dating at the time. And I was walking down the street, and then, dude, I saw this thing come out the store. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And I saw it was Stacey Dash. And I saw her, the closer she got, it was Stacey Dash, right? Light brown hair the same color as her skin the same color as her eyes, wearing this fur that was the same color as her hair and her eyes. And she walked forward, dude, and immediately the chick that I was with dropped from a 9.5 to a 7 like that. Like her shit just went boof. I was like, God damn, that's the truth, dog. That's the truth. So that's why I'm like, man, nah. I see why these cats be selling out, dog. I see. I wouldn't sell out for her, though. He said, Fanon a groupie? Nah, I ain't no groupie. I didn't say nothing to her. Nah, dog, I wasn't groupie. I wasn't going to walk up to her, say nothing to her. Yeah, did you say you... See, yeah, Ananda Lewis I was in law school when Ananda Lewis was in undergrad. Ananda Lewis used to walk around with like see-through shirts. Badass chick. Nowhere near Stacey Dash. She's no Stacey Dash. Let me put it that way. Stacey Dash is way better looking in person. Like, in my impression of it was this. We'll get back on boxing. But Ananda Lewis is as pretty on TV as she is in person. She's just very, very good looking and a really nice person and a very like cool person. Real like I would probably get, if I had a choice, I would probably date Ananda Lewis before I would date Stacey Dash for sure. Because Ananda Lewis is just good people. She came across as good people. You know, I met her, had a couple conversations with her, wasn't friends with her or anything like that, but you just are in the same general circle of people, so you know kind of how she got down. She's just really good people. Real good, real beautiful people. Stacey Dash a fucking moron. And a moron and a coon of the highest order, but she's better looking. For real. Stacey's like, she looks better in person. Like television didn't do her justice. As fine as she look on TV, it doesn't do her justice. In person, that shit is like, okay, yeah, she's like better looking than Sally Richardson. And Sally Richardson from Chicago, that's a bad chick. Better looking than, she looked better than Sally Richardson. Sally Richardson's top notch. And so is, what's the brat sister? Ghetto chick, but real fine. Lisa Ray. Nah. Now, Stacey Dash could put some weight on, let that shit round out a little more. But, you know, yeah. Fanon, Stacey like that. Yeah, she is. Yeah, for real. She like that. She's for real, dude. I'm just telling you straight up. Top notch, homie. Top notch. Physically, that's top notch. Mentally, nah. Yeah, Lisa Ray's sick. Lisa Ray has, her thing is her body. Like, she's pretty. Lisa Ray's pretty. But her body is ridiculous. She's a stallion. That's a stallion. That's some shit like, if you get with Lisa Ray, you got to work. Like, you better come prepared for that. That's a real woman, right? That's a woman right there. Jada Pinkett, it was a really nice. I met Jada Pinkett at a show at the Jason's Lyric Party. At a Jason's Lyric Party. Really nice, man. Real pretty, real friendly. Just seemed to be like a very, very, very nice person. Like, very, very nice person. And I mean, I thought very highly of her because she's so approachable and she's so nice and she just seems so genuine. You know what I mean? Real. I liked her a lot. I mean, like I said, it's just met her in passing. Didn't stop and have conversations. Don't know her like that. Just happened to be in the same room. Nia Long is beautiful, but I heard she's a bit of a bitch. Same thing for I met Gabrielle Union. I'm in a movie with Gabrielle Union. If you guys ever see Daddy's Little Girls, look at the courtroom scene in Daddy's Little Girls. I'm in that courtroom scene because I was passing by. I've never seen Halle Berry. I couldn't speak on Halle Berry. Couldn't speak on Halle Berry. But on the real, Gabrielle Union, I think I was like, what is the big deal? Maybe she's just not my type. Because she's a really pretty girl. She got a really pretty face, but she built like this wrench. She built like this. So I'm like, you got a really pretty face. I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do with the rest of it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to eat some pork chops or something. Like, she needs some pork chops. She needs pork chops in her life. That's Gabrielle Union. Nia Long, I've never seen her. Haley's the real deal. Yeah, I've never seen her. I believe she is. She got to be. But I've never seen her. Angela Bass is fine. Never saw her, though. All I'm talking about is the people that I've seen in real, that I've seen, like actually seen. And I've seen, oh, you said eyes wide open, say right. Gabby ain't got none. Like, she's pretty. She's got a really pretty smile. She's got pretty smile. She's got pretty eyes. But there's only so much you can do with a smile and some eyes. Really nothing you can do with them eyes. You can do a lot with that smile. But nah, dog, I need some, you know what I mean? I need something hanging over the edges, homie. She all face. Yeah, I need something hanging over the edges, homie. I need some shit that's, oh my God, Megan Good. I've never seen her, but I've seen enough. I mean, she's just pretty. She's a pretty girl, but I mean, a solid 8. Like, Gabrielle Union to me is a solid 8.5. She's a solid 8.5. She 8.5 that can act. That's about as far as I'm gonna push that. She 8.5 thick and that. She a Chi-Town 8. That's what I'm saying. She a Chi-Town 8. She might be a Chi-Town 9. She a New Orleans 7. I'm gonna tell you, she in New Orleans 7. Straight up. I've never seen Laura London. She passed away, right? Tara Banks, never seen her. I think she got a little thickness to her and all that. Yeah, Grace Jones is really pretty. She ain't got nobody either. You saw her? Oh, the porn chick Skin Diamond? I bet she does look good. I wouldn't touch that bra with your shit, though. Oh, no. Way too much work been put in, dog. Way too much work. Oh, Rosario Dawson. Yeah, she lost all her body, though. Rosario Dawson trying to stay young. She just withered her body away, man. She need to gain some weight. Man, Regina Hall, I like to kick it with. Yeah. Yeah, Regina Hall is like, I'd like to kick it with Regina Hall. And we can make it happen. She want to make it happen. We can make it happen. But I just want to hang out with her. Vivica was a fox, dog. She French fries, I need burger, though. Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, her up top it is. The back side of it was kind of, you know, she let that wander away. But yeah, man, she's one of my favorites. Oprah, nah, dog. I can't fuck with Oprah, man. Oprah do you dirty, man. You hit that, she do a documentary on you. I don't want that, dog. No. Nah, dog. Nah. I'd get Lapita's Maya. Wow. That cash for none. Yeah, that cash is serious, but she ain't giving me none. So for what? I'm straight. I don't want a chick for money, dude. Like, I just want to be comfortable. That's all I want, dude. I just want to be comfortable, man. What? I don't know what that is. Okay. It said Maya's gorgeous. I know somebody. One of my boys hit Maya though. That's a DC chick, man. I don't have I'm not in that tax bracket. I ain't in Maya's tax bracket, homie. I ain't in her tax bracket. I know that. Like Jessica Alba, I don't think you got to be in a high tax bracket to chick kid with her. I think she's just a real person because she, nah. And I don't think some of these chicks I think are real people, man. But Maya look like she about that dough, and she should be. She's a badass chick, but she thinks she about that dough. And Nicole Ari Parker, she's all right. She's all right. I'd rather have a dark-skinned chick, like a real dark-skinned chick, than Nicole Ari Parker, because she's kind of like her shit don't work together. Her shit don't quite work together. Like it need to be, it's hard for me to explain that, but her shit don't quite work together for me. Like Maya about $, yeah, man. I mean, she seems like that, but more power to her. I just know that I ain't in her tax bracket. Since I ain't in her tax bracket, I wouldn't waste my time. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you gonna cost way too much. Like, I could probably afford a date or two. You know what I mean? Like, I could date like a date or two, but after that, dog, I'll be like, oh no. I used to date this chick in Chicago, dog. That was like, chick costing me $200 a day. Dude, it was like every time I tried to kick it with this chick, it was $200. I'm like, this is in the 90s. I'm like, hold on, man. This is $200 a shot. After about a month, I was like, hold on. Every time I talk to you, I'm paying $200. Fuck no. You got to talk to me at Pepe's Tacos next time. If you ain't, and for real, this is the truth. I was like, oh, yeah, we'll get together after work, go have some dinner. I was like, yeah, meet me. I feel like some Pepe's Tacos. She's like, no, I don't really. That's kind of a bad drive. Let's go to some shit off Michigan Avenue. And after that, I ain't never call that chick again, dude. I was like, hell no. If 1 out of 10 meals can't be under $20, you got to get the fuck out of my face, homie. Oh no. Yeah, it sounds like a date, dog. I mean, you know what I mean? Nah, Pepe's Tacos, homie. We can do, well, I think we can do McCormick and Schmidt's, like, you know, 1 out of 3 of these meals we gotta have, all right? But this shit is like, hell no. Because what's gonna happen if I get into it with you? Shit's gonna be crazy expensive. No. There's something into no. 200 a session. That's what I was like. Drink more water. I didn't want to say that, but that's what I was like. I was like, shit, at $200 a pop. Shit, I can go buy me some and be done with her. I could be, if I was, I just buy some. I mean, like, the fuck you talking about? It's like a down, but fuck you, like a carpet. You a fuck. I'm buying a Porsche in this bitch. You know what I mean? Like 2 G's. You're like, I'm pushing a mortgage on your ass. Hell no. That's what I'm saying. I can't fuck with it. And No. Man, Pepe's is fire for now. I miss Pepe's. Yeah, man, if you're not going to go to Pepe's Tacos with me, dog, you bugging. First of all, Pepe's Tacos is the best taco is in Chicago. That's the best taco spot in Chicago. I mean, it's not as good as the shit down here, but come on, man. Pepe's Tacos is the best shit in Chicago. Exactly. I was renting a Porsche. She's a bad chick, though. Now, she's like the 6 foot, maybe like 5'11", about a 5'11" Puerto Rican. She's black and Puerto Rican from Kentucky. Kind of had these freckle face, just bad broad, worked at a bank, all that shit. Real top-notch shit. And then I was like, you know, you're too expensive. And the next time I saw her, and I got back with my girl who wound up being my wife, right? She wanted me, she's like 5'11", bad broad, like Puerto Rican and black chick. Real nice, dog. Real nice. I mean, the package was crazy. But I got back with my girl, right? And who's now my wife. Dog, next time I saw that chick, I was walking by. I was at Midway. Me and my girl at the time, who's my wife now, walked right by her. She's like, hey. And I was like, hey. Stumped right on by, dog. Like, fuck out of here, dude. I think what happened was she said some crazy shit to me. Because I was like, oh, what happened was, well, I went to the last date I had was a movie. And it was this Troy Bear movie. I don't know if you guys remember. Nah, she didn't get fat. She's fucking fine as shit to this day. I guarantee you. Nah, that chick was fine. She was nice. Real physically nice, dog. Nothing wrong with that chick at all. Solid 9, dog. Solid 9. Solid. And she was about her money. She had a nice job, all that shit. But what got me done was that we went to go see this Joey Bear movie. It was like this artsy movie that Joey Bear made in the early 90s. And it had some overtones, some, you know, love-making type of overtones, but I didn't really know it. I was just like, I want to see the movie because I like, hell no, I don't miss that chick. Fuck no. I'm going to tell you what made me not miss her. Then I was like, after I dropped her off, she said some shit about, why would you take me to that movie? Because it was about that. And I was like, I looked at her and I was like, get out. And she said, oh, what are you mad about? Don't be mad. You want to come upstairs? I was like, no. Because it was right when I got mad that she offered me some. And if she offered me some, dog, you can't do that to me. I was like, no. Because when it's done, it's done. No. You costing me $200 a pop. I take you to a movie that I want to see. You act like I'm trying to position you. I am trying to get some shit. What you think I'm here for? Anyway, I'm the fuck out of here, dude. You get the fuck out of my car. And I never spoke to her again. Only time I saw her was when I walked past her in the airport. I don't do that, dude. Instead, I started to hate that. We started to hate that chick, dude. That type of chick will make you see a girl for me will get ugly real quick. You can be the baddest chick in the world, but when you do something where when you prove to me that you want some shit, dude, you get ugly real quick. Like real quick. Said Fernanda Don, Big Pimpin' spending the G's. Dude, that chick did cost me a couple G's. Couple G's. But I didn't really think about it. Because, I'm just going to work. I don't really think about it like that. You know, because I'm on the hunt. I was on the hunt at that time. I was like, yeah, man, this chick is a legit chick. We work downtown. She worked downtown at a bank. I'm working downtown. That's how much the shit costs to be downtown. But I was like, all right, she legit chick. So it ain't like there's nothing where I wouldn't consider it. But dude, once you get to the point, like, you cost me money, like, and I'm like, and I test you and you fail. Like my wife, dog, my wife ain't like that shit. That's why you need to find you a Southern New Orleans type chick. My wife will be some shit, do some shit like, we've been out to eat 2 times this week. That's too much. Let's go get some Chipotle, or let's just cook. See what my wife did, and I'm gonna tell you why my wife, what the type of shit my wife was on. My wife was she's a couple years younger than me, and she would always get propositioned by football players, right? Like her girls always hung out with, they hung out with the NBA players in town. They hung out with the football players in town. That's the type of chicks, that's the type of dudes her girls were always around. And she was always around, right? She was and she's bad. My wife is a bad chick. No joke, just very good looking woman, right? And I say that objectively. I'm not saying because of me. I'm talking, she's the stereotypical, very nicely shaped, light bright, long haired, all of that type of shit. Type of girl, the type of girls those basketball players be throwing money at. So one time she was like, I was talking to her and I was like, I would quit her because I know the deal. I'm like, so which one of these niggas is hitting on you? Which one of these niggas hitting on you? And she like, ain't nobody hit on me, nothing happened. I'm like, you trying to tell me that you went out with her and her and her. You went to that club and didn't nobody hit on you? Do you think I'm stupid? Does fucking stupid on my fucking face? Somebody hit you, dog. He said, I believe for 9, I would introduce you to my aunt. That's what's up. Dog, do you think I'm stupid? But she would never say nothing. We was dating. I had spies. I have spies, dog. Because I'm Noop in the city. There's Noops everywhere. So I generally know what's going on. I don't know, people can break off and do what they do. But there was nothing ever brought to my attention where it was like, oh, nah, dog, she's kicking it with this dude. She's kicking it with that dude. Because that shit will come back quick in my circle. So I was like, all right, but I never trusted it because she would never tell me, yes, these niggas hitting on me. But then one day, after we were together for some years, there was this dude like, I think his name's Kimball Anders or some shit, for some pro football player. She's like, yeah, that dude tried to get on me. He tried to get with me. And, I just didn't want to be part of that shit. She's like, yeah, I would have never dated those dudes because, they just want me because I look like this. She was like, because she's from them Creole chicks. And them Creole chicks get hit on like that. A lot of them. And they're like, she's like, I just didn't want that shit. I know, it's just going to be another girl after that. That's what she would say. And when I met her, she had cut all her hair off. She had cut all old school Chiefs running back, Kimball Anders. When I met her, she had braces. She had these horn rim glasses on, and she had her hair cut real low in these little twists. And I looked at her and I was like, you ain't fooling me. What the fuck did you do all that shit for? That shit is gonna, I knew what she was. And so to me, that's the type of girl that looks like that like when my mama met her, my mama was like, let me tell you straight up, son, I like her more than I like you. And I was like, what? My mother straight told me, she's like, I like her more than I like you. If you fuck her over, I'm going to kill you, dude. She didn't say, dude. She was like, I will hurt you if you hurt that girl. I was like, what? My mama never liked anybody. But you know what? You know why she liked my wife? Because my wife, the first time she met my mother, it was for Thanksgiving dinner. I brought her home for Thanksgiving. My mom got this big ass kitchen with food. My wife got done eating. Dude, I'm telling you, dog, it was over from that point on. This is what my wife did. My wife got up from the table, went to the kitchen before anybody else, Ivy Webb, and washed the dishes. Cleaned the kitchen. And my mama got up from the table, went to the kitchen. If you hurt that girl, I think she might have said, I will disown you. Dude, I got in trouble when I was married, got in trouble with my wife. And I was at my mama's house. And my mama said, you ain't getting her back. I was like, what? She said, you don't deserve her. You don't deserve her. She's like, I think you need to get used to the fact that she might not want your raggedy ass. And if your raggedy ass ain't getting her back. I was like, are you fucking serious? Dude, that's a quality woman, dude. That's a quality woman. I promise you. When your own family will be like, you are a raggedy piece of shit, dude. Because I used to bring women in, women out, women in, women out, woman in, woman out, woman in, woman out. My mama hated them all. Hated them all. My mama was like, hated them all. Her, my mama was, she just legit. My wife was the type of girl who at an early age had a lot of freedom. This is what I think it is. She had a lot of freedom. Her mother, she was a single mother. She had a single mother. Her daddy is like the player type. Like super player type. You know what I mean? Super player type. Super. Like you find a new brothers and sisters all the fucking time type dude, right? One of them Louisiana Creole dudes. Them type of dudes. So, and them dudes run chicks like crazy. So that's what my wife saw. And she always had a bunch of dudes hanging on her, trying to get with her, doing all that shit. Realized niggas was cheating. That dude would cheat. This dude would cheat, whatever. So by the time I met her at 19, she was like, I'm fucking sick of these niggas. She's like, I'm sick of these dudes. And now I don't really care that you got money because you got money. All you doing is sleeping with my girl because she had girls that ran all that shit. See, y'all think that these girls, you think these really pretty chicks don't notice? They run the game better than you do because you weak for them. Weak as water, weak. Like they look at you like, matter of fact, her family, these chicks all are like this, dude. Like all the dudes that are married to those girls, that these cousins, because they're all dimes. They're all dimes. Her cousins dimes, her aunties are dimes, her grandmamas are old, retired dimes, all that shit, right? And these cats, and they will all be like, they all married, they all went to school, got PhDs, right? Did their stuff, and they married dudes who aren't going to cheat on them, who they don't believe will cheat on them anyway. But we all wind up being noobs, fit kind of like the same general. Trust me, they chose us, we didn't choose them. But they're not going to follow the sport. But the ones that do, the girls that are in their family that do get those dudes, they get them dudes. Get them. Got them. Done. I want half. I'm getting half, homie. Because if you don't pay this, you want a prenup? Fuck you. I'm going to get him. Like those Govans. Like, you know, Gloria Govan? Isn't that the chick, Gloria Govan, that was with, Gilbert Arenas? And I think like the sister, one of the sisters was like, whoever that chick is that was with Matt Barnes that went to Derek. Those chicks, those are these, that's their family. I'm telling you, that's their family. That's those chicks. Those chicks will run you into the fucking ground, dog. Oh, yeah, they retired dimes, dude. These chicks was retired dimes. For real, they grandmamas look good. I'm telling you, they grandmamas look good. These chicks are 60 years old, and you will walk by these 60-year-old women and be like, I bet this motherfucker was a dime about 20 years ago. They grandmamas look good. They grandmamas walk out like with them fucking hats tilted, got their church hats on, got their shoes on, got their cars, got their husband be some retired judge, shit clean, cleaned and pressed. You know what I mean? Has to be, car be nice and shine, the lawn mowed. Man, them chicks ain't never starving, dog. Them chicks ain't loud perfume, whole nine, dog, whole nine. And that's the best you can make it because they know what they worth. You ain't getting over on them girls. And when you guys become those athletes, you be good to get one. But you got to get the one. I've seen so many 6-year-old women that's still smashing like a mug. Yeah. But see, this is the trick that I'm trying to, if you an athlete, dude, this is the trick, man. This is the trick. You gotta, if you're gonna get with one, you gotta get one that got something going on. You gotta get one that is trying to get a PhD. You gotta get one that is trying to get an MD. You gotta get one that's trying to get a JD. You gotta get one that's trying to become a chemical engineer. You got to. And then you can try to support them in doing that. Do not get window dressing broads, dog. Don't do it because it's gonna bite you. And then you got kids by window dressing broads. Dude, like when I told this one dude who got hot at me, dude got hot at me. I'm sorry, I got to get off here in a second for my man KQKC. This dude got hot at me because he's one of Floyd's boys. True story. Miss Jackson, Chantel Jackson, as soon as I saw her, I was like, that nigga crazy. Soon as I saw her, dog, I was, hey, B&B Box said, I feel you, Phenom Creole. You know, them chicks be snatching niggas. Outside of New Orleans, dude, I got a girl, if you from New Orleans, do you know there's this, Bartholomew used to be the mayor of Chicago. Mayor of New Orleans. He got a daughter, right, whose last name is Bartholomew. She went to Chicago. She was my friend in New Orleans. Nothing really popped up. Nothing popped off. We was just cool, right? Real cool. Used to go by their house, eat spaghetti, real cool girl, right? Chantel, she was a player. Oh, is that the younger Bartholomew? But the older one, dude, she went to Chicago. She walked into a party. What's going on, Lynn Madge? That I'm in New Orleans. Look, this chick, Mayor Bartholomew, her daughter was just, she's a pretty girl, but there's, a lot of girls like that in New Orleans. When she went to Chicago, she moved to Chicago, and I saw her at a party in Chicago, and I tried to walk up to her and say something in Chicago. Dude, you should have seen these dudes that were with her acting like they wanted to fight with me for even speaking to her. They were like, this dude seriously, jumped between me and her and was like, when I'm holding the conversation, this dude I was like, man, I looked at her like, what the fuck is with your boy? But then I thought, oh, you not used to that. You don't think you ever going to see that again. You think you just thought you caught the ultimate light, bright, almost white chick, and you are going to just go fucking the nigga was possessed. I was like, dude, she ain't no dime a dozen. Don't get me wrong. She ain't no dime a dozen because she's a CPA. She's about her business, and she's a very pretty girl. But what got him was that she was a black girl that looked like a white girl, but didn't want to be a white girl. She was a black girl who was a real black girl. When you talk to her, she sound black, she act black, she think black, she don't want to be nothing but black, but she looked like, her hair don't curl, her skin don't tan, none of that. But the way that these dudes act about those chicks is just it was like this dude said she passed the Crown Bay. Oh, dude, come on, man. Pencil. They not, dude, look, her fat. Speak to me. I'm going to give a big super chat to my man, KQKC. Look, I passed the brown paper bag test. That's me. I'm the guy that they put the bag in front of and they'll do some shit and they'll do oh, I shaved my hair. Yeah. Come on in. Yeah, I know your cousin. What's good, man? Come on in. That's me. They ain't wasting no time with no test for her. She walking in and they're going to be like, her family has half of the people in her family probably act like they just forgot they were black, just move somewhere else and just absorb into that shit. But my whole point was this. If you're gonna, the women, like dime piece women, people like that, I'm like that, the stereotypical ones, right? I'm not talking about the beautiful, like people brought up Lupita from Kenya. I'm not talking about the really beautiful, the many other type of really beautiful black women like Megan Good and all of that shit. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the girls that you be like Muhammad Ali's wife, Lele Ali's mother, right? The Lena Horns, the people like even like Adriana Lima, those type of that. Say, but Fanon the cardboard box shade. Yeah, I mean, I get in, but I ain't, I got cousins that do that shit. But look, my point was this. It's not to be on that shit like one thing is better than the other. I'm just pointing to a real rule. If you guys got a chance to get with a chick that's really legit and is a dime piece, they got to have something going on in their life where that's not their focus. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to build a life with you. Build a life with you, not see you as an asset in their life. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you want somebody that is going to be a baller, right? If a woman looks at you and she's like, oh, he is a baller, he's about this, then you become an asset in her life. Or if you look at that girl and just see, oh man, she's really good looking, she got a big booty, she's fine, she looks good, whatever, you know what I mean? She's an asset in my life. That's just gonna fall apart, dude. It's when you try to find somebody that is really trying to build a life with you, where you guys are both trying to assist each other in growing and creating a life together that's valuable for the both of you, and trying to, have children that their life, because that's generational wealth. Generational wealth is not just the money. Generational wealth also comes about knowing how to have children that can do for themselves, and if things go rocky, know how to live an effective and productive and constructive life. There's more to it than just let me have a bunch of money sitting in the bank. That's teach somebody to fish versus giving them fish. And if you have a really good woman like that and you guys can build it together, I think that's a better way to go about it. So anyway, man, I went way off topic. Kenneth Smith Scott says, my spouse is from New Orleans and we travel worldwide. Men acting like they kidnap her. Yes, Kenneth Scott, let me tell you what these African dudes did to me and my wife. I was in New Orleans. Ain't no word filler written. I was in New Orleans, right? Not New Orleans. I was in DC. And my wife came. She wasn't my wife at the time. My wife came to see me. And I was walking we were walking to Union Station in DC. I used to live on East Street, like right behind that Ronald Reagan building. I was walking on East Street, walking to Union Station, going to take a train out of Union Station somewhere else. Or it's not Penn Station, it's Union Station in DC. And these African dudes, my wife was a little bit ahead of me, or my girl at the time was a little bit ahead of me. And these dudes walked up, African dudes walked up, was like, yeah, I told you, you can get white women, And he asked me, say, hey, brother, tell me, how do you get these white women? And I looked at him, I was like, man, she's not white. She don't look white, by the way. But I was like, she's not. And then I walked to her, man, and they were like, huh? They looked confused. And I was like, yeah, no, I can't help you because she's not. She's black. So then I walked up to her, and I was like, told her what happened. She was like, yeah, what else is new? You know what I mean? That's like the equivalent of what when they in stores and people calling people all kind of niggas in there and don't know that they're black. It's just funny shit, man. They was like, that's what they said. They're like, huh? Like they look confused. Like, man, look, dude, black ain't your color, man. Black is our caste. It's our caste. It's not just strictly a biological thing, dude. It's not just strictly a biological thing. It's a caste. And the only question is, do you want to, and you can only get out of the cast if people let you get out of the cast. You know what I mean? In their mind, she is. I guess they grew up around, in their mind, she might be. But exactly, like PK Boxing MMA said, it's a social construct. It's what it is, man. Anyway, much love to everybody in the super chat. I went way over. Check out my man KQKC Boxing coming up next. And with that, we out. Peace.